Jesus? Surah An-Nisa.
What do you mean, the story of Isa alayhi salam? What we believe in Islam?
Well, when you say we believe, if you study your Sunni tradition, there's not one opinion of what happened.
I'm Salafi.
Yes, well, even in your Salafi tradition. In your Salafi tradition, you find there are different viewpoints on what exactly happened to Jesus. If you go to Ibn Kathir, he mentions them. But since you're Salafi, you believe that someone was made to look like Jesus, right?
The image of him was put on this person, and
who's that person?
To Allah, yes.
Who's that person?
A person. I don't know who the person was. It was a person where they gave the resemblance of Isa. And they were crucified, not Jesus.
Yeah, I know, but you said you're Salafi, so that means you follow the Sunnah. So that means you don't just follow the Quran, you follow the Hadith, right?
Yeah, I follow certain Hadiths from certain scholars. We have a school of thought. We have certain Hadiths. We have certain scholars that we follow.
Yeah, I know.
Muslim, you'll know that. There's certain ones that we don't take from at all.
Uthaymin. Sabir, I know you're saying.
Yeah, Uthaymin. Yeah, I definitely take from Uthaymin. I take from Bin Baz.
Yeah, Bin Baz, yes, I know. And yet Bin Baz and Sheikh Al-Uthaymin and Al-Albani will tell you that Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, beyond dispute. So if I quote some Bukhari, you can't come back and tell me why you reject it, because you're Salafi.
I don't reject anything from Sahih
Bukhari. Okay, so that's good. I just want to be clear. Because I'm aware of the Salafi that your modern scholars, your scholars today, they've passed away. It's Bin Baz, Al-Uthaymin, as well as Al-Albani, who is a scholar of the Hadiths. Okay, now, sadly, neither Bukhari nor Muslim have any sound ahadith that tell us what Muhammad said about that ayah. You know this, right?
What ayah?
Surah An-Nisa 157, that's what you're alluding to. They neither killed him nor crucified him, but it's so apparent.
Yeah, there's no hadith because there's what's called tasfir. Are you familiar with that?
In Kathir, right? Tafsir. That's what I was going to.
You get the tasfir. Yeah, the tasfir.
If I quote Ibn Kathir, you're going to be okay with it?
Yeah.
Okay, Ibn Kathir says there's a tradition attributed to Ibn Abbas that says that it was a disciple of Isa that was made to look like him, the youngest. So do you accept that?
If that's what Ibn Kathir said, yeah.
Yeah, he does. He accepts that. Well, I'll show it to you. But so you believe that Allah made one of Jesus' disciples to look exactly like Jesus and had him killed?
Is that what's recorded? Is that what's recorded that it was one of his disciples?
And so why would Allah need to do that? Why would he, if he didn't want Jesus to die, why would he have one of his followers die?
If you've been waiting to apply for disability benefits,
if he didn't want Jesus to die, why would he have one of his followers die?
Why not just take Jesus out of this world, end of story?
Why would I ever go to the grocery store and pay their insane prices?
For the same reason people think that he died for their sins. Like, why would he die for someone? That's not even fair. Like, that don't even seem fair.
Don't change the subject.
I'm not changing the subject. I'm telling you exactly what it is.
Allah caused it.
Okay, you said, what was your question?
Okay, you didn't hear my question. So, but I'll get to whether it's fair or not, because I'm going to show you.
No, okay, you ask your question. I want to get to your question, because I don't want you to feel.
Allah's the one who caused the world to think that Jesus was killed. So it's your God's fault that we thought Jesus died for our sins.
How did he make them to believe?
Because the followers of Jesus, that the Quran says, were victorious. That's chapter 3, verse 55 and 61:15. They went around saying Jesus was killed.
Luckily, he didn't
for
get into a car accident from seeing
Who said that Jesus was died for their sins? Nobody.
The followers of Jesus that the Quran
landed
said
in
were
the Nativot
uppermost and
Air Force
victorious.
Base.
Where does
in
the Quran state that
where about
anybody that's
100
Muslim
houses
was
Chapter 3, verse
following Jesus?
55, who won out?
You said what?
In chapter 3, verse 55,
Houses, there was injuries, there was
according to your
property destruction.
Here,
No Israeli Jews were
You
killed.
need to go to the Noble Quran as well.
Okay, so you want Hilali Khan
Gaza
with all the
Arab
comments?
hanging around
Yeah.
Jericho was
here's
killed.
Noble Quran.
There is footage of that. I don't
you
want to
guys
show
can see
it.
it on the screen.
Basically,
He can't,
a
so I'm going to
rocket
have to read it
lands
out.
on a
And
guy.
remember when Allah
empty
said,
rocket just lands right
I
on
will take
top
you
of
and raise
him.
you to myself
And he was
clear
killed.
you, and then it puts in brackets of the
That is
forged
some
statement that he says
bad
Allah son.
karma,
So I want you there to
that
confirm this
happened
down here. But that's okay.
when
Of those who disbelieve,
the
and I'll make
jihad
those who follow
wants to
you
destroy Israel and
monotheists
ends
to
up
worship none but Allah.
destroying
Superior to
their own
those who
people.
disbelieve.
That is the
They put in
problem with
brackets
jihad.
in the
It is
oneness of Allah or
self-destructive.
disbelieve in
Let's
some of
see
his
some more of that
messengers,
rocket
e.g.
attack.
Muhammad, SAW, Isa, Musa, etc., his holy books, e.g. the Torah, the Injil, the Quran, till day of resurrection. Now, let me read that part again. I will make those who follow you superior to those who disbelieve till the day of resurrection. So
Let me just
the
explain
ones
what's
who
going on
follow
here.
Isa
You're
will be
looking at
superior
Bedouins
to the disbelievers believers till the day of resurrection, right? We got that part so far?
Watching rockets hit
61:14 says they won. Here,
Israeli Air Force base of
be you helpers of Allah,
so the claim that rockets did not hit anything is obviously not true. And you can hear the nervousness and excitement of this Bedouin Rabbi says, like, oh my God, this is unbelievable what's happening.
So we gave power to those who believe against their enemies, and they became the emperors. So according to these two verses, the believers in Isa, his followers,
some are being hit by Iron Dome, and others are falling and smashing into what seems to be the Netivot Air Force Base.
Followers were that won. You know who they are? Can you tell me their name?
Yeah, they were
okay, so that is video number 2 of the rocket attack yesterday. Do you understand what we're talking about? We're talking about a barrage of massive proportions. We're talking about something that is just so huge, and that's what Israel is facing. Israel's facing a massive rocket attack. Can you picture and imagine in your homes, wherever you're living, we would be facing such a rocket attack. Here's Israeli Jews.
Where did I get the Abu Bakr? Is this Sahaba? What do you mean?
How did you know there was a man named Abu Bakr? Where did you read
He's saying we are in Beit Shemesh.
I read it in
we're in our synagogue. We're building the Sukkot.
Abu Bakr was the first person
for this year's Sukkot holiday.
Show me the name of Abu Bakr in the Quran. It's not in the Quran. Where did you get that?
There's a Sukkot that he's building.
I just told you. It's in Hadith.
Okay, good. But now, give me the names of Jesus' Sahaba.
So these are incoming rockets into Israel.
It's not listed in the
area of Beit Shemesh.
So how do I know who they are, that they existed? The Quran is not making things up.
What do you mean? They didn't even specify anybody. They said a group of people.
Okay, let's try this again. When the Quran tells me about Jesus,
he thinks he's going to a different neighborhood in Beit Shemesh.
Because you're not listening.
See what's happening above my Sukkah.
The question not making sense. You asking me the name.
You told us about 2,000 rockets that
when the Quran clearly states that.
Who are they? How do I know the Quran's not lying?
Here's the booms.
It's not naming anybody.
How do I know Isa lived? And when did he live?
How do you know he lived?
Yes.
What do you mean? How do you know he lived?
He says he doesn't stop.
If you believe in God, then you know Jesus lived.
How do I know that the God who sent Jesus is the real God? Stop begging the question. Give me the information where I can know there was an Isa.
You're not asking a clear question. You just keep saying who was his companion, the Sahaba. You just read it that he said a group of
and it's flying towards Jerusalem. Some are being shot out of the sky, but certainly not all. Certainly not all. So Israel's air defense system is not foolproof.
I mean,
the other Iron Dome that we have, which is God Almighty, is protecting the Jewish people.
Yeah, no, but he doesn't get it.
No
Jews already argumentative and scared,
or killed,
and so he's
from
manifesting.
this
So
massive rocket
and I don't want to
attack.
treat him like one of these Dawa guys.
However, it's important to
something
note
like that, I would tear to shreds and put him in his place.
There was a different attack in which Jews were indeed murdered. We'll get to that in a minute. That is the images you're seeing.
Okay, brother, but I'm telling you, he's going to manifest. I'm going to have to take him out verbally.
What is that whistling and joy that we hear?
Let's go with it.
Sadly, a lot of the Arab villages in the Jerusalem area were cheering for joy as Israel was attacked. That's well known. That's a problem that we have. In fact, they have a video of Arabs cheering.
There isn't a group listed. Is anybody's name in there? I wouldn't add anything.
But in any case, that is what happened over Jerusalem. So, as I said before, a massive attack onto Israel,
which I would never do.
How do you know Abu Bakr exists?
And can you just picture yourself facing such an attack? And myself, my family, were also
just
in
like
our
you had to go to an outside source
safe
to tell
room,
me,
as all of our neighbors were. So a very intense night last night. Here is the IDF's
and look at historical sources to identify Jesus' groups.
Large-scale attack of over 180
so what sources do I look
directly from Iranian
know
soil
who Jesus' followers were?
There were a small number of hits in the center of Israel and some other hits in the southern Israel. The majority of the incoming missiles were intercepted by Israel and the defensive coalition led by the United States.
Gospels, plural.
Iran's attack is a severe and dangerous escalation.
Now, everyone heard you. Gospel,
there will be consequences.
Okay, now,
our defensive and offensive capabilities are at the highest levels of readiness.
The Quran is a lie because it says Jesus was crucified.
We will respond.
You told me to go to the Gospels. We got you recorded, man, so don't backtrack.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But you have to go through the correct things. You have to go to the Injil. You have to go to the Torah.
Well, you said Gospels.
You have to go to those. That's what you have to go to.
Since the 7th of October,
you have to go to the correct text.
Iran and its proxies seek the destruction of Israel.
The Torah,
Israel Defense Forces will continue doing
we're not talking about the Bible.
Everything necessary
go to the Torah,
to defend the state of Israel
and go to the Injil.
Take it easy. Stop yelling, dude. Listen.
Okay, so there was Israeli spokesman, Israeli IDF spokesman, talking about the attack that Israel faced yesterday.
Take it easy. Listen to yourself more than you start yelling.
And he said the IDF is going to strike back, and indeed there's preparations right now for an Israeli strike on Iran.
Some commentators are nervous about this. They're saying this is like World War III or the Gog and Magog prophecy of a giant escalation in this region. Be that as it may, Iran did fire directly at Israel, a massive attack, and that attack is going to be answered one way or another. Let's see how Iranian people are reacting to this in Iran. Video that got snuck out of Iran shows this.
Now, the Bible you're going to quote there says Jesus is a prophet. I know where you're going with this. Now, hold on. We're recording you. You're going to be honest.
Basically, long
When you
lines
quote that verse from that
for
book,
the gas station.
I'm going to then show that book
Everybody
where
wants
Jesus
to
is more
gas
than a
up
prophet and he's
before
Muhammad's God and
Israel
master.
strikes
So
at
you're going to
Iran
accept it?
and maybe takes out its oil refineries or its
Yeah, because you're
capabilities
quoting the Bible showing where Jesus is a prophet.
deliver fuel to the cars
Okay, now
in
show
the
me the
streets.
verse you want to show me
So
Jesus
there's
is
a
a prophet. I'll
huge
change it
line
for your
of,
sake, even though I was a bit
of
Go ahead.
cars to gas up.
Yeah, go
That's
find it
very
on
interesting.
the Muslim website.
No,
Because maybe that really is
John
foreshadowing
9:17.
an Israeli attack.
John
could be.
9 no way.
And we do
You're
have
sure
the
about
holiday
that,
of
right?
Rosh Hashanah
Okay,
coming
now
up,
watch
so
what you
this is
didn't
going to be a time
Okay, you
where
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
there's going to be an effort to attack, or Israel is
So again, they
on
asked
a
the
lower
man who
readiness
used to be
because
blind, what do you say
people
about
are
him
on
since he
holidays.
caused you to see? He's a prophet, right? Okay, you quoted this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what you didn't quote. You ready? John 9:35 to 38. Jesus heard that they had thrown him out, so he found the man and said to him, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" Pay attention to that. The man replied, "Who is he, sir, that I may believe in him?" Jesus told him, "You have seen him, and he is the one speaking with you." He said, "Lord, I believe," and he worshipped him. He worshipped him, and because he's the Son of Man who healed his sight. Now, do you accept Jesus as the Son of Man who is to be worshipped? Do you accept the same chapter that you quoted?
I didn't read that part.
Oh, no, I'm shocked. How about the next chapter, since you went to John, right?
Yes. I do believe he's the Son of Man, but not...
No, you don't. Because the Son of Man that he's claiming to be is the Son of Man that Daniel the prophet saw riding on the clouds of heaven, whom all nations must worship as he rules over them forever. Let me show you what Son of Man he claimed to be. Because you just said you do believe in it? All right. Because this means that you just committed shirk according to Islam. Because this is a violation of Tawheed and Ibadah. Tawheed and Uluhiyah and violation of Tawheed and Rububiyyah.
Oh, yeah.
So you got it, huh? At least you're honest. I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
You're honest, man. Here, let me show you. Jesus heard that they had thrown him out, and when he found him, he said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" "Who is he, sir?" The man asked. "Tell me, so that I may believe him." Jesus said, "You have now seen him. In fact, he is the one speaking with you." Then the man said, "Lord, I believe," and he worshipped him. Okay. What Son of Man? Here you go. Mark 14:61-62. But Jesus remained silent and gave no answer. Again, the high priest asked him, "Are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One?" What did Jesus say?
I am.
Oh, so he's not a Muslim, huh? "I am," said Jesus, "and you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven." Now, is there anyone who sits with Allah on the throne?
No.
Jesus says, "I sit on the right hand of the Mighty One," meaning the Father. Do you believe Jesus is seated with the Father in heaven?
No.
Do you believe he's going to come with the clouds of heaven?
The clouds of heaven. No.
Okay, now look who he claimed to be. What Son of Man? Daniel 7:13-14. "In my vision at night, I looked." This is a prophet who's writing about a vision Allah gave him, because you believe God of the Bible is Allah. We'll agree for that for now. Over 500 years before Jesus was born, and there before me was one like a Son of Man coming with the clouds of heaven. You see who Jesus was claiming to be?
Yes.
But notice the Son of Man. He approached the Ancient of Days. That's the one we call the Father. So he came to him and was led in his presence, and he was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. All nations, peoples, every language, all the Arabs in Arabic, everyone, worship him. His dominion the rule of the Son of Man is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. So Jesus is telling the blind man, he is this Son of Man who's to be worshipped by everyone, and he confirmed it here. I am the Messiah, Son of the Blessed, and you shall see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven. So Jesus sits with the Father on the throne, and he's worshipped by all peoples in all languages forever. Do you believe this?
I never knew this till you told me.
So, but where did you get John 9:17 from?
So when I downloaded the Bible, I just kept on going through, right, and then I kept on searching up verses in on online to see if there's any mistakes with the Bible or anything like that, and I got John 9:17 from that.
Well, since you quoted John 9, let me show you something else. All right. Okay. Oh, by the way, you don't believe Jesus is with the Father on the throne, right?
No.
But then what do you do with the Quran? Let me show you real quickly. I'll go back to the Bible. Because the Quran says, where's Isa according to the Quran?
In heaven.
Where in heaven? Chapter 3, Surah Al-Imran, Ayah 55, Surah An-Nisa, 4:158 says, Allah took Jesus to himself. Allah said, I will take you to me. And it says, Allah took Jesus to himself. So, where is Allah?
In heaven.
But is Allah in heaven or above the heaven on the throne?
Above heaven.
But Allah said he's going to take Isa to Allah, to where Allah is. So where is Isa?
Next to God.
But then you're just saying Isa for 2,000 years is with Allah above the throne. How's that possible? I thought he's just a creature. Here it is. Let me enlarge it.
He's not any creature. He was a dearly beloved prophet.
Okay, but there are many prophets. None of them were with Allah for 2,000 years. Surah Al-Imran, Ayah 55, Muhammad said, Lo, God said, O Jesus, verily I shall cause thee to die and exalt thee unto me. Exalt thee unto me. You're going to be with me. Here's another one, the clear Quran. Remember, when Allah said, Oh Jesus, I will take thee and raise you up to myself. Okay, now watch here. Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 158. Nay, God exalted him unto himself. God took Jesus unto himself, and God is indeed almighty wise. Rather, Allah raised him up to himself, and Allah is almighty and wise. So how come Isa is with Allah for 2,000 years, above the throne with Allah? I thought that Allah alone is on the throne, and He alone is above the heavens.
No, I don't know, because right now, I'm just I don't have knowledge of Islam, but
that's good. But now
that's where I work.
I do have knowledge, but not everything. I can't answer everything.
So let's go back to Jesus again, and what you missed in John 8. Okay, now let's see, because you kept calling John 8. According to the Quran, who is An-Nur?
God.
And He is the light of the heavens and the earth, right?
Yes.
And one of the 99 names of Allah is An-Nur, right?
Yeah.
Can you know that no prophet in the Quran or in the Old Testament claims to be An-Nur, the light, right?
Yes.
Because only Allah can be An-Nur?
Yeah.
Okay, you just claim Jesus is God. John 8:12, the same John you read. Then Jesus again spoke to them, saying, I am the light of the world. He who follows me will never walk in darkness, will have the light of life. So Jesus says He is the Nur, An-Nur.
The light. Yeah.
But I thought Jesus is a Muslim.
But what if He's referring is if you follow me, right, the way I follow and pray to God, right, the way I worship God, you will find light in that,
Well, He could have said it that way. He didn't need to say, I am the light, because no prophet speaks that way. No prophet says, I am the light, I am the light. I will show you the light, I will show you the path. But Jesus says He is the light.
But you also can make the exception, because in the Bible, I know Jesus claimed to be God, right?
You know in the Bible He claimed to be God, huh?
Yeah, in the Bible it says He's God, but it doesn't specifically say I am God, Jesus Christ doesn't.
Yeah, He doesn't need to, because if I show you says I am the Son of God, would you believe Him?
That I am the Son of God.
I am the Son of, because you don't believe Jesus is God or the Son of God, right?
Yes.
So, do you accept this then? Because He didn't say I am God, but He said, do you say of Him, John 10:36, Or the Father sanctified and sent into the world, you are blaspheming because I said I am the Son of God? So now he says he's the Son of God. Do you believe?
Okay.
No, do you accept it or not?
I can't accept it, but I do believe it because it's in the Bible.
Yeah, but you don't accept it's true.
Yes.
Because if you do, that means Islam is false, because Jesus is not the Son of Allah, right?
Yes.
So you understand, even if Jesus said, I am God, you would say, well, no, he didn't say that, they lied. So even if there was a verse I showed you where Jesus says, I am God, you say, oh, that's corrupt, that's changed, he never said it. Because here, when I show you, he says, I am the Son of God, which contradicts the Quran. No, I don't accept it. I don't believe he said it. So it doesn't matter. Even if he said he don't accept it. But there's a reason why he didn't come out and say it that way. But I will show you what he did say. So let me show you something. You ready?
Yes.
I'm going to show you from Quran. Surah Al-Hadid.
Surah Al-Hadid. Okay.
That chapter 57, verse 3.
Oh, I know what you're getting at. He's the first.
Oh, what does it say? You read it?
Yeah, he's the first and the last.
How many first and last are there? He is the first and the last. Al-Awwal wal-Akhir. Yeah. So how many first and last are there?
Oh, only one.
Okay, so can a prophet say I'm the first and last?
No.
Okay, so get it, guys? Here, 57:3. He is the first and last. That's two of the names of Allah. The outward, the inward. He is full of knowledge of everything. Okay. Yeah. You know, the Jewish Bible, the Old Testament agrees.
Yeah, I read the verse before.
Because look what it says in the Old Testament. Thus says Yahweh, the King of Israel's Redeemer, Yahweh hosts, I am the first and I am the last. So, Jewish Bible, Quran agree, only the true God is the first and last, right? And there is no God besides me. Isaiah 48:12. Hear me, O Jacob, even Israel whom I called. I am he, I am the first, and I am also the last. All right. So, Quran, Jewish Bible agree, only the true God can be first and last. All right. Now, does the New Testament agree? Let's see. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet like a dead man, and he placed his right hand on me, saying, do not fear, I am the first and last. So, even New Testament agrees, right?
Yes.
So, according to Jewish Bible, Quran, only the true God is the first and last. And does the New Testament agree? Because who's speaking here?
I am the true
God, right?
Yeah.
The true God, correct? All right, now let's read it. The true God. Revelation 1:17-18. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet like a dead man, and he placed his right hand on me, saying, do not fear, I am the first and last, the living one, and I was dead. So when did Allah die?
I don't know this. I don't know what to say. Like, he couldn't die.
But here, the first and last is Allah, the true God. And he says, I did die and I came to life.
I did die and I came to life.
Right here, look, read it. It's right there on the screen.
Yeah, I'm reading that.
So, when did Allah claim to have died and come to life?
When
who's speaking?
God.
According to the Bible, who died and came to life?
Jesus.
So you just admit Jesus claimed to be Allah, he claimed to be God.
Who that? Like my friend said, they're lying when you're like you're smart. You know everything.
Well, your friends told you I'm smart. Did they say I'm also good looking?
Yeah, my boy, he keeps on sending me videos about you. Can't stop.
All right. Well, glory to God. The true God has blessed me to be smart because the true God wants to save everyone. Because the true God revealed in Jesus loves you and wants you to be saved. Now, let me give you a few more examples because you went to my Bible. Okay. I'm going to show you in Quran. This is Surah Al-Hajj. Chapter 22, Surah Al-Hajj, verses 6 and 7. This is because Allah alone is the truth, Al-Haq. Right?
Yes.
He alone gives life to the dead. He alone gives life to the dead. Okay, pay attention to that.
Not paying.
Okay, because you're going to see something shocking. Okay. And He alone is most capable of everything. And certainly the hour is coming. There is no doubt about it. And Allah will surely resurrect those in the grave. So the Quran is clear. Only Allah is the truth. He alone gives life to the dead. The hour, Yawm al-Qiyamah, He will raise the dead from their graves, right?
Yes.
No prophet, no creature is going to do that. Muhammad is not going to do it. Moses is not going to do this, right? Okay, now, again, because you went to the Gospel of John 9, watch it. John 5:21, look what Jesus speaking. He's not the Father, for just as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, even so the Son also gives life to whom He wishes. So He just said, I'm not the Father, but like the Father, I give life to whom I want. Okay, that's one. John 5:25, Jesus speaking. Truly, truly, I say to you, an hour is coming, and now is, when the dead will hear the voice of who?
The Son of God.
And those who hear will live. But your Quran says, Allah is going to give them life at the hour. But Jesus says, no, that's me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. The Quran says, Allah is the truth. He gives life to the dead. At the hour, He'll raise them from the graves. Jesus says, no, I'm the one who's going to do that. At the hour, I will give life, because like the Father, I give life to my one, and I, the Son of God, by the power of my voice, will give them life. But then watch here, 28, 29. Remember whose voice? The voice of the Son of God, right? Now watch here, John 5, 28, 29. Do not marvel at this, for an hour is coming, there it is again, in which all of the tombs, the graves, will hear His voice. Whose voice was that?
Jesus.
Because He said in 25, the voice of the Son of God, right? And they will come out and live. Why does Jesus claim to do what your God says He'll do at the hour? Well, let me show you again one more time before you go anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, watch here. Let's relook at the verse again. That is because Allah alone is the truth, right? Al-Haq?
Yeah.
He alone gives life to the dead. You will not find a single verse in the Quran where someone other than Allah is said to be the truth. Not one. It's one of His names. Now watch what Jesus does here. Let me show you. Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life. No prophet says He's the life and the truth, yet Jesus said it. Saw it?
Yeah.
And no one comes to the Father but through me. So why does Jesus say He's the truth and He's the life? Something only God can save, according to Quran. And He says, like the Father, I give life to my one, and at the hour, I will raise the dead from their graves by my voice. Something Quran says only God does. John 6, 39, 40. Now this is the will of Him who sent me, that of all that He has given me, I, because He's not the Father, that's why we're Trinitarian, I lose nothing but raise it up on the last day. Can you show me a single verse in the Quran where a prophet raises the dead at the last day?
No.
But Jesus says, I will raise at the last day, Akhirah, at the last day, I will raise them up and make them alive. For this is the will of my Father, that everyone who sees the Son and believes in Him will have eternal life, and I myself will raise them up at the last day. So that same gospel you read has Jesus claiming to be God without having to say, I am God, and yet He's not the Son, He's not the Father, He's the Son of God. That's why we're Trinitarian.
Sir, a stranger in the Batcave?